Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the biggest online business out there. That it gives you 5 to 6 figures of the monthly income. It gives you financial freedom. It lets you to work from the comfort of your own home, even from your own bed, and many other benefits. And it opens the doors of the opportunities and possibilities to you. I have a very special guest today. His name is Kamal Eshfaq. He's all the way from Vancouver. I'm going to be bringing him up the virtual stage, and he has been a businessman for years, doing offline businesses. And he joined this online business a few months ago. He is here tonight with us to share his own experience and tell us the difficulties of working offline on any other businesses and what are the beauty of this online business that we are talking about. It. Without any further ado, I'm going to bring up the Kamal, and thanks for being here, Kamal. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Sina, for inviting me here. And I'm very glad and honored to be here to answer to your question and help each other to having a very pleasant time for our audience, and hopefully they can get something good out of it.
Of course, that's very nice of you, and thanks for accepting the invitation once again. Kamal, if you could possibly introduce you once again in detail, tell us where you're coming from and what were your background and what are some cool things about yourself if you want to share with us, and to tell us what are you currently busy doing. That would be great to start. Thanks.
Sure. I will be glad to share my story with you. I'm 52-year-old, very dedicated family man, and have a 25-year-old son. My son's birthday is almost Christmas Eve. You're supposed to call him in Farsi they call it Masih, but here they call it Jesus. So it's a Jesus boy. And I've been here in Canada since 2005, and since then I was doing some business here. My background comes from printing and advertising industry. It's a family business from back home. My dad had his own print shop before me, a year before me, and when I born in a printing. So it's in my blood, and I'm doing the same thing when I moved to Canada. Started as a kind of working as a laborer in this industry to get to know the business, and after a couple months and a year, I was starting my own business. Even my English was not good as maybe now, but I had almost 17, 18 years experience in the printings. Short story, it's almost 17, 15 years that I'm doing the same thing. Beside this printing, I had some other businesses up and running sometimes in the food industry, in kind of health and insurance industry. But the major one was the printing one that I'm sticking it still, doing it for making my money.
Thanks. That's a great introduction. Thank you, Kamal.
No problem.
For those who are not familiar with my face, maybe on your page, and my name is Sina Saidi. I'm from London, Ontario, Canada, civil engineer working for the government. And besides that, I am a health scientist, graduated from the UP University in California, and busy doing my flight training for commercial pilot license at the moment. And I'm one of the entrepreneurs working with this best system that many people, like even businessmen like Kamal, has joined it. And you don't even have to have any required experiences. You can begin with zero experience, and you can get up running and earn those 5 to 6 figures of the monthly income legally. Sure, the best thing for the immigrants, I think, because we don't want to destroy our future doing something wrong. So that's some background about me. But this is about Kamal. I'm gonna ask him what was his reason, or what were his main reason to switch from being a offline businessman and to switch it up to become an online business owner. What were the reasons?
This thinking was bothering me for almost since last 5 years ago, because as you know, printing industry is almost fading in the format that we are seeing these days. For example, you see less advertisements and less paper at your doors, and every business owners trying to minimize their budget and get more value of what they're spending in their money. And thanks to Google and social medias, that they came and destroyed my business. And now I'm using them again to retrieve my income. So they cannot kick me out. So yeah, that's why I was thinking, and I was worried that what's going to happen in next 5 years or 10 years when everybody's want to advertise in Google or let's say those apps that is in their phone and fingerprint, and they can just go and order their food, or they don't need to see any specialty in their door and blah blah. So it was a very critical moment last couple of years till 2-3 months ago that I joined this business, and it made me thinking that, you know what, you have to choose a career close to this what you do, for example, for your living, and it's printing and advertising. So I was going to go and take courses in some colleges and learning the social media advertising and digital marketing to use these platforms, and slowly by slowly come to this industry and in this world. And as all people knows that since 2020, we had another revolutionary moments in our lives, and COVID-19 showed up, and everybody's got hurt and got affected by that. So as for me, it was two reasons earlier and recent one, which was fading my job, and at the same time COVID-19 was show up. So and you know that everything was fast forwarded, but COVID-19, nobody expected, for example, when you want to go to notary public, or even for the simple thing for your insurance of a car, you had to travel at least half an hour to go to see someone only for signature. Now with the e-signature, you're sitting in your couch and they do the job. So our life was fast forwarded for 10 years now, and what we were expecting to see in next 10 years, 2030, we are watching it now. Somehow we are so lucky that we see this change, a big change. But in the other hand, as people that they were used to do some other way to live, now it's a big shock for them. And it was for me. It was bad for me, and I was scared. For the first 2 months, we had to sit at home and do nothing. And the expenses was there. Nobody cared that you don't make money or you don't work. So at that moment, I told myself, you know what, that's the time. You have to do something. You have to find a way to make some money from some other sources that it's not related to a physical act, and you don't need to do anything and make money. My uncle back home years ago, he had using an expression. He says, use your mind to work, not your body. And this was the moment that I realized what he said, and said, if I can find a way that make this system work and use my brain instead of my muscle, then and I was gonna be very happy. I'm gonna be very happy if I can find this. And I was laying down on my couch and playing with the social media on Facebook, and as we all do, and to passing the time and wasting some time. And suddenly I saw an ad from a lady that it was kind of the moment that I told myself, you know what, this is the one I was looking for, and that must be a very good opportunity. And as Bill Gates says always, that the difference between people are lucky and people are not lucky. It's the luckiest one, they see the opportunity in front of them. And I was using this advice this time, and I took it. So this is my why, and if you need more explanation or
amazing stuff. Yeah, before this live session, I was coming up with a question to ask the audiences. I was just looking at the research, and it was saying on average, everybody is like using the social media at least 2 hours to 2 hours 25 minutes, and scrolling up and downs on Facebook, on YouTube, watching videos, on TikTok, watching fun entertainments, cooking videos, on Instagram, just stalking some other people, watching their lives, and feeling jealous and commenting on some celebrities, and at the end of the day, being left with nothing. And I was coming up with the question to ask the audiences, how much more time do you guys want to waste on social media and earn nothing out of it? I mean, we all know that we are just kind of being addicted to this social media, because it's like a drug that it addicts you, that you have to be on it because it's all about online, because the life is going through online, and if you're not staying up on the track, so you're losing something. I was wondering to ask people out there to find a way that they can make money out of these 2 hours time that they are spending on social media, because like a Persian expression, it says time is gold, and wasting it is not great. It's just time is not coming back, and life is short. So find the way to make money out of these 2 hours. With even our online business that we are introducing it, we can make those get to those 5 to 6 figures of a monthly income. We can get to that like a retirement plan after within 3 years by just spending even half an hour a day. Like you can be your own boss, basically. So finding that this opportunity was really one of the main reason and whys for me to look for something. And plus, I was in my last year of a program at university, and you know how much expensive it is to go to like an institution, to spend like money on loans, student loans, and paying off the debt of the school. It's very expensive in Canada, I'm sure in United States and everywhere else, for international students or domestic students. So I found myself in a spot that I have to look for another source of income, either like, although I was working for government and I have a job security, but I have to still be sure that I have another source of income. So I looked into this. I did so many opportunities online. I searched them. I worked for FBA marketing on Amazon through Kevin David. It wasn't great because Amazon, you have to do shopping, you have to do shipping also, and you have to do inventory, you have to advertise for a certain product, and you have to talk to certain companies in China, and you have to compete with different people on Amazon, and you have to go on Alibaba's website and see what are the best sellers products, and it's just so much headache. And but the beauty of our work online business, which we will talk about the benefits momentarily, is that we are not advertising for any products. All we are learning in this is this social media marketing, and the science of it. Actually, we are teaching it how we can do the advertising on different platforms on social media, and how we can turn these 2 hours of wasting on social media into a source of income for ourselves and giving a better life to our families. So that was my main why. But I would like to ask you, Kamal, because you're a businessman, you have been successful in doing your business, and plus you're a very successful business owner in this online business as well. I would like to ask, what was the difficulty, or what were the difficulties doing the offline business compared to our business, and what are the benefits? I know there are a heck of a lot of benefits of this online business, but what are the main benefits of this online business that we are all talking about? If you could share some of that, would be great.
Of course. It was very nice when we were, listening to your why, and this is a very strong why. Same as me, I was always thinking that how I was advising my son that, you're spending almost 2-3 hours a day, sometimes more, just playing the game. So why you're not going to the competitions of the games at least, and go to those leagues and make some money out of. And I was showing him the news or TV that see, this is a competition of the, what do you call it, the game, computer games festival. So, and the guy was making $8 million just to sit in front of the TV and play and be, champion in the world. So in some point, I was talking to myself that you're advising your son, so why you're not using this advice for yourself? And but I was not lucky enough to get this opportunity before, or at least 1 year or 2 years ago, to don't waste much of my time just surfing the medias, and we all do with no matter how old we are, how busy we are. It's kind of our habit these days, not because we are wasting our time. It's part of the communication these days to get to know your family, how they're doing in back home, or even your family here, even your businesses through that medias, your so many reasons that you spending so much time in the media. That's why if you turn it to the gold and making money from that, it would be perfect idea. Back to your question regarding the difference between offline businesses to compare with this beautiful online business is, I've been starting at least 2 offline business here. The one that I'm using as a printing, still I'm doing it somehow offline and like a remote because of the situation these days. But the very important and the more tangible one, that was a pizza shop that I was starting, by the franchisee. Even I was so conservative to go after something that I was thinking that, okay, my money is going to be safe. This is they guarantee the income, for example, for rest of your life. And then I went for that decision. But I will give you some ideas that, for example, from the day that you sign the contract and go to this kind of businesses, you at least for every month you buy between $5,000 to $10,000 overhead for yourselves, no matter what. That if this business is working, good enough or not, if your health is there or not, if, for example, I'm not sure if you've been here 2008 or 2007, the recession came, and there were so many businesses that they were touching down because of the situation that the economy was so bad in US, and Canada also was following. And I was starting my printing business 3 years before that, and I was elevating to go to reach my breaking even for after 5 years, and suddenly boom, everything was crashed. So, but still my rent was there, my labor cost was there, my loan was there, my taxes to the government, that it's a first of everything, it was there. So with my every cell in my body, I felt that pain and that hurt, and I can go on and on and on for you. That, for example, you have a job that it's there's a deadline for it in the printing, and you tried so hard to catch that job, and with the very competitive prices, your margin is so low. Then suddenly, the day that you have to print and prepare the job ready, the worker is not coming to the work, and he has a family issue, and you have to, or your equipment is going to break down so bad, and you have to spend so much money to repair that, or send the job to someone else to print it, and you will lose your profit no matter what. So I don't want to say that this is everywhere. And of course, those businesses that they've been in this business for almost 50 years, or it's a family business since 100 years ago, they pass those plateaus and those up and downs, and they can survive. But for such an entrepreneur as me, we maybe just came to Canada through 3 years, and after starting and competing with those 50 years old companies, it was a kind of very hard, kind of breathtaking moments. And you cannot sleep at night easy. You cannot having a good relationship with your family. You cannot enjoy your freedom in such a country like Canada. So there are so many detailed reasons that you can not even, for example, if somebody wants to go through businesses as an advisor, or as a someone's coming to ask me if I want to go to buy this pizza shop, or I want to do this, what with your experience, can you give me some counseling or some ideas that if I do that or not? I said, sorry, I'm not a very aggressive person, but I told him that I'm gonna break your leg. I don't want you to do that. You will go through so many hassle that if I break your leg now, it's gonna stop you to do that. So you will suffer once, and everything's gonna be. I'm joking, but because it was so hard, I was giving him the forced situation that he could maybe face if he's going to. So to compare that one with this one, and don't forget that we had to spend almost $250,000 for buying that pizza shop to get what? Maybe $5,000, $7,000 profit at the end of the expenses that are gone and everything. So imagine that how big is the investment and how low is the income. And let's say, for example, you have to, as an owner, you had to work, for example, for almost 15 hours a day. And that 15 hours a day, it was 15 hours a day in front of the people. The rest of it was in behind the scene. You had to prepare all the materials, all the supplies, and be ready for next day. Closing was worse, opening was disaster. And to be honest, I so feel bad for these people that I go buy pizza from them or any food from them. I know what they're doing. And don't be so stingy, or be generous to them. To be honest, it's especially in the situation this time, we have to be very, very kind and generous to help them survive. So I'll bring you these details, not because I wanted to share my private life with you guys, only wants to show you what's going on behind the scene. So many franchises are coming and saying that, you know what, we make you millionaire, we make you so much rich. But as soon as you open the door and you go to you sign the agreement, you're done. You have to work, and this wasn't a bad franchisee brand. It was kind of medium average, and that was the end of my decision to go through these kind of things. And then suddenly, with as I mentioned, I was thinking that, okay, the world is going towards online, and we need to have some movement, some change to use this advantage. And as I remember, when I was back home in Iran, we were still using those typesetting things through. I don't know if you know exactly industry. We call it letterpress. So you had to, for example, if you want to make Sina's name, you have to go with 4 different special tools to put it together to make a Sina word. And every single book or every single product needs to go manually sitting beside each other, and then go to the big frame, and then go to the letterpress and print it in. Very, very hard. So I was so advanced and pro to I felt that PC is coming to the industry of printing. So I went buy a PC. Very I remember it was I don't know what's the name, but it was a very early one that it was 250 megabyte memory, something like that, which was nothing to compare with the gigabytes these days. So I bought this one and went work at home nights that I was going home for resting. I was make myself ready to go switch to the next level of generation of the printing, which was computer was coming to the industry. And if we were not ready for it, we could be behind our competitor and we could lose the situation. But in my area, my city, we were the almost first or second one that we were using those computer digital typesetting, and we were using offset printing, and then eventually we get more 4-color presses, and then so exactly happens with this business and situation that I told myself, you know what, it's happening again. And if you are, no matter that you are, that time I was 28-year-old, 30-year-old, now I'm 50-year-old, 52-year-old, it doesn't matter. It's the face is changing, but inside is the same thing. If you don't do something, you will lose the competition and race. So I was thinking for almost 2 years that I'm going to go to the course, taking courses from colleges. And if I was going to take these platforms that we are learning these days, only for each of them, I have to spend almost 6 months in one college. You know that. You know how it works. So I had to, first of all, I had to get grade 12 to get into those things, which means you have to have a TOEFL with number 7 or 6.5 at least to get through these courses. And then it means I had to go 2 years in advance to get my diploma here. And then go to the colleges and then get spend almost 3 years, 2 years to go these platforms, and spending only for learning these courses $30,000 to $40,000 expenses, and don't count the cost of living and commuting or those kind of things. And what happens next? You almost 55-year-old, 56-year-old, and you have to go and sit beside a 25-year-old kid with a slang language, and then come back to the market and expecting that employers hiring you for $25 per hour. I was lucky that I'm a business owner, but imagine that I'm not, and I'm it's my career. I have to take it and is going through this route. So who you hire? A 25-year-old kid with a fresh mind and very recent with the technology and things, or a 52-year-old with at least I had some experience, but it wasn't. So with these calculation, very simple calculation, we could see that with very small and minimal investment here in this business, a beautiful idea, and learning these platforms, and starting almost 2-3 months after, while you are learning, to be honest, I haven't had a chance to go all the way through those tabs that we had to learn and train. But by mentoring of our beautiful coaches and very nice and kind supporters that we have behind the scenes, they started and push us to go advertise ourselves to starting our business, and at least we can see the forecast or the horizon that it's in next couple of months and weeks we were doing some business and making some money. but with other businesses, and we couldn't have this idea that, for example, if you open a coffee shop in your area for at least 6 months, it takes the people passing by learning that, oh, there is a coffee shop here. Even Starbucks, at least at Starbucks, it takes 1 month, 2 months to get to know people. People get to know that this is a new coffee shop here. So with this online business that we will go and we choose for the things, there are so many advantages that you fast forward your life for almost 5 years. So I'm so happy that I took this road, and I'm recommending to so many other people that listening. Maybe this. I'm talking too much. You talk a little bit.
That's great. Regarding the benefits, well, you already explained. I never had an experience. I mean, I had experience basically working for Shopify and Amazon through Kevin David. It's like a top seller of Amazon. I'm not saying Amazon is bad. I'm saying why do you have to put yourself in a position that you have to do inventory, shipping, you have to fight the competitors, you have to come up with the idea regarding the products, you have to sell the product. That's just, I think to me, it's kind of stupid. And I wasn't known with this great system, online business, that we are not advertising for any product here. And otherwise, I would have never wasted money over there. But regarding the benefits, I'm going to say the benefits in both in English, and I'm going to say it in Farsi as well, because we have a couple of viewers here in Farsi as well, in Persian. And if you guys have a language barrier, do not worry. This online business will work out for you, because our trainings are step by step, and you will get a mentor and a coach in Persian as well. So if you have any difficulties with any languages, you will get a mentor and coach from your own language, and you can talk with them. And the trainings, all the step by step video trainings in your own languages. Well, the first benefit that I was interested in it is that this business is legal, is taxable. این بیزنس قانونی هست و در انتهای سال شما باید برای یک پنیش هم مالیات پرداخت کنید. You can spend more time with your family and kids. با خانواده‌تون میتونید تایم بیشتری رو بگذرونید. حتی زمانی که توی هتل هستید میتونید با خانواده‌تون، حتی زمانی که توی رخت خواب هستید میتونید این بیزنس رو ران کنید. You can run this business from anywhere as long as you have Wi-Fi on your phone or on your laptop. تا جایی که یک لپتاپ یا یک تلفن همراه باهاتون باشه میتونید این بیزنس رو ران کنید. If for any reason you don't touch this business for a while, it won't get any dust on it, and you can carry out the progress from where you left it off. اگر به هر دلیل مسائل شخصی این بیزنس ممکنه به هر حال مریض باشید یا درگیر مسائل خانوادگی باشید، بیزی باشید، این بیزنس رو نتونید برای مدت زمانی بهش رسیدگی کنید، مشکلی براش نمیاد. مانند بیزنس های دیگه نیست که افت کنه، نه، از همون جایی که ولش کردین میتونین دنبال کنید و اون پیشرفتتون رو بگیرید و به همون درآمدها برسید. You can get retired within 3 to 5 years. در مدت زمان 3 تا 5 سال عرفش هست و کمتر از اون هم همونطور که توی کامیونیتی خودمون دیدیم حقوق بازنشستگی بهتون تعلق میگیره در ظرف 3 سال و این حقوق بازنشستگی 5-6 رقم ماهیانه است به صورت passive income. And this retirement pension plan is just 5 to 6 years of a monthly income, which if you don't want to touch the business afterwards, so you don't have to. You get a 24/7 coaching and assistance and mentor call assistance. در 24 ساعت شبانه روز میتونید با منتور خودتون و مشاور خودتون تماس برقرار کنید و اونها موظف هستن که جواب سوالاتون رو در توی ترنینگ بدن. This business is nothing like Amazon or any other businesses that they introduce you to it, and once you jump into it, you're left by yourself alone. We are dedicated to help you throughout all the trainings. We are dedicated, we are responsible for it to carry you throughout the trainings and get you to those 6 figures of the monthly income legally. در طول ترینینگ ها مانند شغلای دیگه نیست، مانند آمازون یا شاپیفای نیست که واردش بشین و ندونین بعد از اون چه بلایی به سرتون میاد، همونطور که برای خودم اتفاق افتاد. نه، این بیزنس وقتی واردش میشین منتور مشاور میگیرید و وارد یک گروه کامیونیتی 105,000 نفره تا به اکنون دسامبر 22 2021 هست. تقریبا 105,000 نفر از سراسر دنیا هستن که واردش میشین و میتونین با همه اعضای این کامیونیتی به زبان‌های مختلف هستن، از جاهای مختلف هستن ارتباط برقرار کنید و هلپو بگیرید. you can make friends, you can make connections. Like I never knew Kamal, and Kamal is here, great business partner. And if this wasn't for this business, I would have never heard his beautiful journey stories, and I would have never met him. دوستان خیلی خوبی رو پیدا میکنین مانند آقا کمال که اگر به خاطر این بیزنس نبود من هیچ وقت این شانس رو نداشتم، این سعادت رو برای من میسر نمیشد که اصلا ایشون رو ملاقات کنم و درباره داستانشون بشنوم که چرا یک بیزنسمنی که به صورت آفلاین کار میکرد و این بیزنس رو پیدا کردن به صورت آنلاین و دارن رانش میکنن. مزایای بسیار زیادی داره، همونطور که داره اینجا دربارش گفته میشه. And these trainings, like I said, they are in many different languages. In your own languages you can find it. تمام ترینینگ ها، تمام ویدیوهای آموزشی ما به زبان های مختلف است. به زبان فارسی هم ترجمه شده. پس اگر که تازه وارد هستیم به کانادا، استرالیا، آمریکا، سوئد، جاهای مختلف سراسر دنیا، اگر که تازه وارد هستیم این بیزنس برای شما ران میشه. Unfortunately for my Iranian friends that are living in Iran or my dear Afghanis that are living in Afghanistan, this business is not able to be run in Iran, inside Iran and inside Afghanistan. But if you are residing anywhere else in this beautiful world, you're able to run this. اگر که داخل ایران یا افغانستان زندگی می‌کنید متأسفانه این بیزنس برای شما ران نمیشه. اگر هر جای دیگه دنیا باشید این بیزنس رو میتونید ران کنید و مانند هزاران پروفشنال های دیگه، هزاران خانم خونه دار آقای خونه هستن و اگه هیچ تجربه‌ای ندارن و ممکنه حتی خیلی ها هستن که فقط دیپلم دارن و حتی ادویکیشن ندارن، چون این بیزنس هیچ ریکوایرد ادویکیشن یا هیچ تحصیلات یا هیچ اسکیلی نمیخواد، میتونید این بیزنس رو ران کنید و به همون درآمدهای ایدئال برسید با کمتر از 1 ساعت زمان در روز. And the beautiful thing about this online business, you can let it to pass to your next generation. You can give it to your kids, your grandkids. و این بیزنس مثل یک میراث هست، میتونید به نوه‌هاتون، بچه‌هاتون بسپارین و میتونن از همون جایی که شما لفتش کردین همونجا پیکاپش کنن و درآمدزایی کنن. این بیزنس واقعا موهبتی، یه بلسینگی هست که برای خیلی از ماها مفید بوده. And this business is a blessing for many people from all over the globe. You know, there are people from different parts of the world, from United States, Canada, Sweden, New Zealand, and United Kingdom, Myanmar, Philippines. There's so many different parts of the world. I brought so many special guests up here at virtual stage, and they're running this online business without any experience, and they're doing it successfully. One thing to remember, like as Kamal mentioned, running any other businesses out there requires investment. And the investment out there, million, billion, and thousands of dollars. But here in this online business, it requires a very small amount of investment. Like any other businesses that is legal, you are required to pay investment. And me and Kamal are going to talk about investment here a bit. And این بیزنس مانند خیلی از بیزنس های دیگه هست که یک سرمایه گذاری اولیه میخواد، اما سرمایه گذاری اولیه خیلی کم هست که حتی یک دانشجو مثل من میتونستم این بیزنس رو شروع کنم و حتی اون بیزنس پلنی که میخوایم شروع کنیم با همون اینوستمنتش، سرمایه گذاریش حتی قسط بندی داره که میتونید ران کنید بیزنس رو به همون درآمدهای ایدئالتون برسید. But Kamal, I have this question for you. Like I don't want to give you the price because the investment really varies. But is the investment here low? Is it high? Is it affordable? Is it not? Could you possibly tell us based on your own experience? That would be great.
Yeah, to add on to my previous talk, you cannot imagine that how big is the difference. If you, for example, compare what I was bringing earlier regarding that pizza shop, $250,000 investment just to get, let's say, $5,000 to $10,000 monthly income after 15 hours a day working on your feet and hassling with laborers, with people that they were so demanding and expecting that. And on top of that, advertising that you had to compete with your neighbor that for $1.50 difference on the material the price for the products, people were say goodbye to you and go. So you had to kill yourselves to get that $5,000 to $10,000 with $250,000. But here you cannot imagine, because it's a different variable prices that I cannot bring every detail here. You cannot imagine how small is this investment and how easy it's to get into this business. And on top of that, with almost 2-3 hours, or depends on your flexibility, if you have 1 hour, half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, doesn't matter, you can get into this business, and you get after 6 months, or I've heard from our coach that it took almost 9 months for her. But with the help that we these days we have, for example, these medias that we are using now, last year or last 2 years, they didn't have this. And there was not, any platform for the Farsi languages to translated trainings, or any Iranian coaches that, for example, no one learn and wants to, willing to learn to you to get to lift you up. So with this, advantage of this and getting leverage of these things, then it's even shorter than, for example, 3 months to 4 months. Depends on how eager you are to this business. You will get tons of dollars, or $10,000 of dollars, tens of dollars coming every month to you after a couple months that you're working in this business. And it's, as Sina says, we are talking about 7 or 8 billion marketer out there. So it means we are wide. This business is international business. You're not only for 4 blocks away. It's not a circle of your 4 blocks away of your physical living. Right now, I'm dealing with people from Australia, from New Zealand, from Europe, from US. I had some requests from Africa, which means even I don't know them, but because of the beauty of this system, that it's digital marketing, and simple, very simple thing, that you sit in front of your computer, talk to people, honest talk, and tell your story. I found this industry profitable and very fair, with the amount of money that you put and the return that you get at the end. So you have to be very smart, or even if you are a low level of the smartness, don't want to insult anybody, but if someone's that says, oh, I'm not that smart to learn these things, or I'm not no, even with the very lowest level of IQ or smartness, this system is unique. It gives you the opportunity to find yourself, to find, I'm leveraging one of my friends' word, that it says, it gives you your inner ninja comes out. It means that you see the good things that you have in your personality. I was not thinking even in one day that I'm coming in front of the camera and talk about my life. And this business, brought me to this position and this situation with no shame, that, you know what, let's help other people. And as soon as I made a clip, I told you before we got into this live, I told you that as soon as I put in that clip on my Facebook, I received almost 20 to 25 texts or requests that we are doing the same. What did you do? Well, how did you learn? And is this a business, that kind of business, like a pyramid business, or it's a bugging business? I had to call my friends and ask for the joining and this kind of matter. I said, did you call me or I called you? And at the moment he was silent. I said, I didn't ask you to call me, you called me. And then the conversation was going on, and I found that I wasn't alone. There are so many people out there that they're suffering and they're doing the same thing, and they don't know what they do. what to do. So this is something that it's a good opportunity for those people that they're flexible to change. They're brave enough to come and try it. I from time to time I'm receiving some negative messages in my Facebook or in my medias that, oh, you guys are taking advantage of these situations of the people, and you are trying to destroy whatever is left in their life and blah blah. So I said, it's not fair. If we don't know nothing about this situation, and or we are afraid to go through it and learn it, then it's not fair to talk about it or judge about it. So I was the person with I'm always having difficulty for this word, spectacle.
Yeah, skeptical.
It's skeptical for the this kind of businesses. But I took a chance. You cannot learn how to swim if you don't jump to the water. I don't want to say that you have to be crazy to kill yourself or bringing danger to your life or your family. But this is very, very lighter than sun. We have an expression in language that is as haromen shams. So it's very, very bright, very, but it's too bright. Sometimes you get blind that you cannot see it. You have to focus and learn that, okay, online is the next generation. It's a new life, new normal for everything. I was listening to following the new ideas and new things from Elon Musk or from some other people that are bringing new ideas to the world, and they're planning to go with the what you call it, artificial intelligence, and bringing, for example, if you want to, I want to see Sina in front of me in my house or my office, I can create him here in front of me instead of being in this laptop and far away from each other. So I could feel the physically appearance of him here in front of me. So we are heading that direction. We cannot sit and think with 50 years ago mindless. So to be honest, take advantage of this opportunity and come and learn before you judge it.
Exactly. Very true. Thanks, Kamal. Really appreciate it. Exactly. Without knowing what this business is, because people, they're like telling us, so this online business, like you're not selling any products, it's just simple. Yeah, it's very that simple. Like when you compare to all the other jobs, I know survey junkie. I call myself a stupid because I was doing that thing for almost 6 months of my life. I was freaking every morning. I was waking up, filling up these surveys. That at the end of the day, I was left with like maybe $40. It's crazy. I'm not joking with you. And like there are other opportunities out there, like a freelancer or typist, translator. Well, why do you have to spend like 8 hours a day basically working on somebody else's policies, and at the end of the month being left maybe with $2,000, $3,000? I don't know. That's crazy. I think being your own boss is the best thing, I believe. And yes, taking the advantages of this social media, I think, is the key. And as we are moving forward towards online, great things. And as you mentioned, Kamal, you don't have to be tech savvy. I'm going to say it in Persian again. ما از سن 18 سال داریم تا 85 سال هم داریم. هیچ رنج سنی وجود نداره و نیاز به ندارین هیچ دانش کامپیوتری داشته باشین. همونطور که گفتم هیچ نیازی به اسکیل یا هیچ چیزی دیگه ندارین که تو این بیزنس موفق باشین. تو این بیزنس میاین از صفر شروع میکنین و منتور، کوچتون و همه اعضای تیم شما رو حمله کنن تا به اون درآمدهای ایدئال برسین. You don't have to be a tech savvy. From 18 to 85, as you know, they're in this business, they're rocking it. Anybody, they can do it. If you can do it, I can do it. We are everyday people. We don't have a, like, I don't know, we are not any different. That's all I can say. We don't have wings, just, yeah. So
No,
I
that's
think
the beauty of this. You
Yeah.
know, it's very unique. I haven't seen it before. We have to be fair and at least be smart enough to come and see it by ourselves.
Exactly. So Kamal, coming to the almost to the end. So we already talked about all the benefits, and we already talked about what this online business is all about. This is social media marketing, advertising. Basically, we are teaching people, and we already said all the benefits. And one more thing that I want to add to benefits as well. Once you join the business, you will receive a business ID. It's like you go to any universities of the business program, and with that business ID, you're able to work legally for any other businesses. If you're a real estate agent, you can actually advertise for your own business, or if you don't have any other businesses, you can work with us and advertise for this online business. هیچ همونطور گفتم اگر که بیزنسی در کنار این داشته باشید، به عنوان مثال ریل استیت ایجنت باشین یا جواهر فروشی داشته باشین یا حالا ماساژ تراپی داشته باشین، هر چیزی داشته باشین، میتونید از طریق همین علم سوشال میدیا مارکتینگ که اینجا یاد میگیرید برای اون بیزنس دیگه‌تون تبلیغ گذاری بکنید. و اگر هیچ بیزنسی نداشته باشید، در بدر ورودتون یک بیزنس آیدی به شما تعلق میگیره، مثل هر دانشگاهی که توی علم بیزنس رو رفتین یاد گرفتین و از طریق همون بیزنس آیدی میتونید فعالیت قانونی خودتون رو شروع کنید و تو این بیزنس آنلاین موفق باشین و همون درآمد 5-6 رقمی ماهیانه ایدئال برسین. درآمد 5-6 رقمی ماهیانه در بدر ورود به دست نمیاد. این بیزنس اسکم نیست که من بگم در بدر ورودتون $100,000 ماهیانه به دست میارید. نه، این بیزنس باید برای زمان بذارید، اما با نیم ساعت در روز میتونید رانش کنید. And just before we go to last question, thanks for everybody who has been watching us live. Grace and Jeremy, thanks for being here. Rahmatullah, thanks for being here. Pavin and Ali Reza and Nano, thanks for all of you guys watching us live. And we have a very supportive community, everybody willing to help. And thanks to everybody who is going to be watching the replay of us, whether on my page or on Kamal's page. Last question for people who are interested into this online business, that they want to have another like a stream of income that has a possibility to become the mainstream of their income. How they can get started, where they can get the information, Kamal, from, and if you could possibly give some information, that would be great.
It would be my pleasure to answer to your question. It's so simplest of everything that you think. It's only if you guys are in Sina's friends list or my friends list, you can just simply go to our websites or send us your email address with your name, and we can submit and register you for the free webinar, 90 minutes webinar that you can watch before you make any decision. And after that, there is a 30 days trial term that in that 30 days you will receive so many details of what this business all about, and for example, that what is the level of the income that you're making after this period of time, or how it's gonna be your level of the situation in your that chart, and on top of that, you maybe need to pay $149 US dollar to get this information, and that's refundable. In case that you decide that this is not good for you and doesn't work for you, you can refund that whole money to your account, and they refund it for you, and there is no risk, and there is nothing that you have to be worried about. And to be honest, I was doing the same thing in 9 months ago, and again, that moment I was not happy, was not ready to do that, and I had to pay that $149, and then talk to the lady that I changed my mind and I don't want to go through this, and they refund me my money back with no question, nothing. Was in hassle to get that money back. And then a couple of months later, I thought to myself that it was in my sitting in my thinking and my mind, and I told myself, if you don't do it now, you'll never do it. So let's get this to this point, and I did it, and then I found a very good opportunity, not only because of having a business in your end here, and having your second business as a business, you're going to be as a business owner, it will accomplish your other business as well. If, for example, like me, you have a printing business and you have, as you mentioned, chiropractor, or you have any kind of, we have a pharmacist, we have a lawyer, we have a dentist, we have so many people that with a high ranking of education in our system. So they can use these platforms. In the worst case scenario, they can use these platforms to boost their own businesses. Like, for example, now I learned how to advertise in Facebook or YouTube or Google or Instagram or any other platforms. I can use this leverage and advantage to advertise in my own printing company instead of paying almost $2,000-3,000 only for one Google ad running to a SEO company. I can do it myself with no hassle when I'm sitting. So this is so many different angle of the this business that you can see it before you make your decision. And the least you maybe the least of your loss is to learning these platforms, that it's very, very, it's a new language. It's a world language these days. So I'm very happy that I learned, and I'm learning. It's a very, and as what you call it, the science world, they're talking about if you don't want to get old, you have to use your brain. And your brain's cells, it's like your muscles. If you don't try to exercise every day or go to the gym or lifting some weight, or it's like when you do nothing with your brain, it's same thing. Alzheimer's is coming soon. Any kind of lost memories coming soon. So this kind of situation, it helps you to use those cells and keep them alive. And this is another advantage, by the way.
Great, awesome. Since you told us how we can, people who are interested, they can get into the online business to receive the info in English, I'm going to say it in Persian.
Of course.
برای ورود به این بیزنس و دریافت اطلاعات بیشتر میتونید بر روی صفحه آقا کمال برید. وبسایتشون kamalishfaq.com، یکی از آقایون موفق در این بیزنس آنلاین هستن، بستگی به سلیقه شخصیتون. یا میتونید بر روی صفحه وبسایت من برید sinasaidi.com. هر کدوم فرق نمیکنه، همه ما اینجا هستیم که به هم دیگه کمک کنیم. و وارد میشین به روی وبسایتمون. بعضیا هستن که حتی انقدر ترس دارن که اسمشون و ایمیل آدرسشون رو بذارن. من تجربه دارم، حالا توی اینستاگرام پیام‌هایی دریافت کردم که بهم گفتن من ناممو نمیذارم، ایمیل آدرس برای چی باید بدم؟ با ایمیل آدرس کسی از تو ایمیل آدرس نمیتونه کاری باهاتون داشته باشه. شما یه ایمیل آدرس میذارید، تهش یه آن سابسکرایب که میزنید دیگه اطلاعات رو دریافت نمیکنید. و اسمم میخواید بذارید، حالا اسم خودتون نمیذارید، اسم حالا پتتون رو بذارید، یه اسمی بذارید به هر حال. و توی وبسایتمون بیاید و برای این وبینار زنده رایگان که 2 بار در هفته پخش میشه ثبت نام کنید. به زبان انگلیسی هست، چون این کار اینترنشنال هست، به صورت قانونی هست، به زبان انگلیسی هست. وقتی واردش میشیم پرزنترهای هست هر هفته. خب وقتی میایم توی وبینار زنده رایگان ممکنه من نباشم، ممکنه آقا کمال نباشه. من میگم ما توی کامیونیتی هستیم، بیشتر از 105,000 نفر اعضا هستیم. هر هفته که منو آقا کمال نمیارن. خب به هر حال افراد جدیدی رو هر هفته میارن. و کاری که من بهتون میگم برای که خیالتون راحت بشه، یه قلم و کاغذ کنار دستتون بذارید، چون ماها مهاجر هستیم و زمانی که خودم وارد این بیزنس شدم می‌خواستم تحقیقات خودم انجام بدم، قلم و کاغذ برداشتم، اسم پرزنتر رو یادداشت کردم و رفتم روی سوشال مدیا استاک این افراد کردم مدت 2 هفته و مطمئن شدم این افراد حقیقی هستن. این افراد عکس از خودشون، خانواده‌شون میذارن و این کار قانونی نبود و هرمی بود یا هر چیز دیگه‌ای بود. هیچ کدوم از این افراد زندگی خودشون رو به خطر نمینداختن. خیلی از ماها ایمیگرنتس هستیم، خیلی از ماها برمیگردیم ایران و میریم سفر میکنیم به ایران. اگر این کار غیر قانونی بود مطمئن باشید ما این کار انجام نمیدادیم، آینده خودمون رو خراب نمیکردیم. من که حالا فکر کنم یکی از جوان‌ترین افرادی هستم تو این بیزنس، هیچ وقت آینده خودم و این تحصیلیم شغلیم خراب نمیکردم و کسانی که حالا خانواده دارن آینده بچه‌هاشون خراب نمیکردن. مطمئن باشید که برگردیم از صفر شروع کنیم از جایی که حالا بهش اومدیم مهاجرت کردیم. برای همین یک نام هست و یک ایمیل آدرس هست میذارین توی وبسایتمون و اطلاعات به زبان انگلیسی براتون میاد. وقتی که ایمیل آدرس ما رو میگیرید میتونید از طریق حالا فیسبوک سرچ کنید آقای کمال اشواق، میتونید سرچ کنید توی فیسبوک یا نمیدونم اگه توی اینستاگرام فعالیتی دارین آقا کمال، یا خود من میتونید از طریق
بله من هستم توی اینستا.
خالی یا میتونید از طریق اینستاگرام یا فیسبوک من سرچ کنید و اونجا پیام برام بذارید و ما جواب سوالاتون رو میدیم. کل اطلاعات رو درباره این بیزنس در اختیارتون قرار میدیم. در پایان همون وبینار زنده رایگانی که بهتون گفتم 2 بار در هفته پخش میشه، قیمت $149 آمریکایی بهتون ازتون پرسیده میشه که باید پرداخت کنید. این $149 آمریکایی به محضی که پرداخت کنید به ایمیل آدرستون رسیدش میاد و توی بانکتون هم رسیدش میاد و این 30 روز وقت دارین. میاین وارد کامیونیتی 150,000 نفری ما میشین، تمام جزئیات درباره بیزنس میگیرید، تمام جزئیات درباره کامیسیون ها، درباره سرمایه‌گذاریش و خیلی چیزای دیگه میتونید اطلاعات کسب کنید و افراد دیگه از ملیت‌های مختلف میتونید زنگ بهشون بزنید، از طریق همین کامیونیتی ما میتونید ارتباط برقرار کنید و در انتهای روز اگر که تا همون 30 روز انتهای 30 روز دوست نداشتین، گفتین بیزنس به درد شما نمیخوره، شما 30 دقیقه در روز زمان پیدا نمی‌کنید که بهترین زندگی رو به خانواده‌تون هدیه کنید، خب این بیزنس به درد شما نمیخوره. اگه واقعا 30 دقیقه در روز زمان پیدا نمی‌کنید برای خودتون که بهترین زندگی رو برای خودتون و عزیزانتون بسازین، اما در پایان 30 روز خودتون تصمیم میگیرید و مطمئنا این که به حال من هپی جرنی اسمشو گذاشتم، یه سفر خوشی رو اسمشو گذاشتم چون زندگی خیلی از ماها رو تونسته تغییر بده و میان واردش میشین و خب به همون کسب درآمد 5 رقمی ماهیانه میرسید، به همون درآمد حقوق بازنشستگی میرسید و یه ساپورتیو کامیونیتی هست، همه به هم دیگه کمک میکنن. برای همین این $149 هم اگه که نخواستین خب برمیگرده در پایان 30 روز اگه دوست داشتین با ما همراه باشین برمیگرده به حسابتون، ظرف 2 تا 3 روز به همون حالا کردیت کارتتون، ویزا کارتتون یا مستر کارتتون برمیگرده. اما چیزی برای از دست دادن ندارید. وقت تصمیم گیری فنسیتر نباشید. به حال هیچ کسی هم کلاهبرداری برای $149 نمیکنه، هیچ کسی خودشو سوت نمیپوشه، هیچ کسی جلوی دوربین نمیاد برای کلاهبرداری برای $149. همه ما خانواده داریم و اگر روی سوشال میدیا برین میبینید افراد ما داریم کار میکنیم. من برای اداره 659 اگزیت رود لندن آنتاریو کار دارم میکنم و کار دولتیه و آقا کمال همینطور دارن کار میکنن توی پروفشنال خودشون و این کار رو در کنارش داریم ران میکنیم و خیلی‌ها این کار رو به عنوان پروفشنال اولشون همینطور که میدونیم مربیانی هستن، خانم‌های خانه‌دار، فرزند دارن و این درآمدهای 6 رقمی رو دارن دست میارن بعد از 1 سال در این بیزنس. Anyway, great journey, great story from you, Kamal. Thanks for telling us all this. Great informative session. Thank you again for being here. For those who want to jump into it, well, these are our websites. We'll look forward to see you in. But all I am going to say up to the end is that if you do not find a way to earn money while you are sleeping, you have to work and burn yourself out until you die to earn some money. Well, look forward into this opportunity.
Very well said. And I'm going to talk a little bit Farsi for my Farsi friends as well. من خواستم خیلی تشکر بکنم از سینا جان که پیشنهاد این لایو رو دادن و خیلی لطف کردن از آماده سازیش و همه مسائلش. واقعا من خیلی خوشبختم که یکی از دوستانی که تو این پروسه و جرنی پیدا کردم سینا جان هست که اینقدر با اشتیاق و با علاقه و حالا اگر سوای همه مسائل مالی و مادی و اینا که امیدواریم که در آینده هر چه زود برای همه ما به وجود بیاره، ولی این دوستی ها و صمیمیت ها خیلی خیلی پرایسلس هست و واقعا من خیلی خوشبختم از آشنایی با شما و دوستان دیگه‌ای که در این زمینه فعالیت میکنن. همه های educated هستن، همه با اکسپریانس های خیلی بالا هستن و همونطور که به انگلیسی عرض کردم ما داروساز داریم، لویر داریم، دندون پزشک داریم، کاریوپرکتر داریم، فیزیوتراپ هستن تو این از من ساده گرفته تا دوستان بسیار بسیار بحث کرده و موفق که نه به خاطر اینکه نیاز مالی باعث بشه به این کارگره بخورن، به این دلیل که وضعیت، یعنی هیچ موقعیت رو دارن ارزیابی میکنن و میسنجن که ما داریم به سمتی میریم که واقعا این زبان جدید دنیا آنلاین خواهد بود و همه ما، شما هیچ موقع فکر نمی‌کردید 5 سال پیش 7 سال پیش یه چیز 4 گوشی بیاد که صفحش مشکی باشه و دست بکشید روش و این هم تلفن باشه، هم ماشین حساب باشه، هم دوربین باشه، هم نمیدونم اپ زنده باشه. بنابراین خیلی خیلی کسایی که ادوانس بودن و فلکسیبل و رفتن و این کار رو با تعصبی روش به کار نبردن و انجامش دادن، طبیعتا خیلی خیلی سود بیشتری کردن، زودتر یادش گرفتن و خب فرست کامر بودن. بنابراین این هم یه همچین شرایطی واقعا تو زمینه بیزنس آنلاین که ما هر چقدر که سریعتر و زودتر باش آشنا بشیم، لایفمون یه مقداری در آینده آسان تر میشه و میتونیم به عنوان لیدر و پیشرو به دوستان دیگه‌مون هم کمک بکنیم، به اطرافیانمون. بنابراین سر دوستان رو بیشتر از این درد نمیارم و خیلی خوشحال شدم که بتونم یه مقداری از تجربه‌های خودم در کانادا رو با دوستان به اشتراک بگذارم و امیدوارم که براشون مفید واقع شده باشه و بیشتر و بیشتر بتونیم با لایوهای بیشتر موضوعات دیگه‌ای رو با هم راجعش صحبت بکنیم و یک کامیونیتی خیلی خیلی خوب و اینفورماتیو رو برای دوستانمون به وجود بیاریم. خیلی ممنون سینا جان از وقتتون. You're mute. Your voice is mute.
Sorry about that. خیلی ممنون آقای کمال به خاطر زمانی که به من دادین. به هر حال با هم دیگه صحبت خواهیم کرد. با این حال با آرزوی بهترین رو براتون میکنم. این بیزنس محبتیه، واقعا بلسینگه برای همه. بهترین رو براتون آرزو میکنم و مطمئناً دوستان عزیزی خواهند اومد از سر دنیا، چون دیر و زود داره اما سوخت و سوز نداره. به هر حال هر کسی اسکپتیکال فیلینگش یه روزی برطرف داده میشه. امیدوارم که به همتون رو ببینم هر کجایی که هستین. بهترین رو براتون آرزو میکنم و ما در خدمتیم اگه سوالی داشتین. سلامت باشین، مواظب خودتون باشین با این ویروسی که همه دنیا رو فرا گرفته و
مرسی. خیلی خوشحال شدم.
سلامت باشین.
مرسی.